Hi everybody, this is Corie and welcome back to Crafted by Corie. Thank you so much for being here. Really excited to share a new video with you. If you are not already subscribed, please be sure to hit the little subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And please, if you would, give me a big thumbs up. It really helps support my channel. To my subscribers, thank you so much for being here. Your support means the world to me. And let's go ahead and get started with today's projects. Okay, here we go with DIY number 1. So we're going to be using a decanter vase from Dollar Tree, Adirondack white chalk paint, and black chalk paint. Both of those are from Folk Art by Plaid. And I'm just trying to take off the little sticker on the bottom of the decanter vase. Took out my little baby wipe to help me out there because it did not want to come off. So just gave it a good wipe down, made sure it was nice and clean, and then we're going to give this 2 coats of the Adirondack white chalk paint. Okay. And of course I have no patience to wait for the paint to dry, so here is the heat gun. And now we're going to use a little makeup sponge and our black chalk paint, and we're going to give this the enamel look. So I'm going to rim the top edge of this with the little sponge, and then I'll be going back in and giving it that little chipped look by kind of knocking it here and there with the little paint sponge. This is something I've been meaning to do for a while. I've seen it around quite a bit. Wendy from White Sparrow Living, I specifically remember her doing this, and I just thought it was really cute and I wanted to give it a shot. So this is my very first attempt at the enamel look. So I'm just knocking it here and there where I thought it would naturally look like it had gotten dinged, maybe in that little milk crate that it might have been carried around in. So now I'm going in with my Sharpie black paint marker, and I am writing in the word milk. And I'm using, again, that kind of Ray Dunn looking font. There you have it. Isn't it cute? I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. DIY number 2. So for this one, we're going to be using our Folk Art chalk paint again in the Nantucket blue and the Adirondack white. And this is from my Kim stash. If you watched my last video, you know my sister gave me a whole bunch of stuff she was getting rid of. So I want to keep the front of this clean so that we can keep it food safe just in case. I don't know how I'm going to use it. So I'm going to be painting the back side of it. So I'm going to do a little design first with the Nantucket blue, and then I'll go over it with the Adirondack white. So it'll make it look like the background is white, but we have to do our top design first so that it'll shine through or come through the glass. So we're kind of doing this in backwards order, if you will. And as I was doing this, I was trying to think about what I wanted to write on the plate. I know that I want to have some sort of a word in the middle, but it took me a few minutes to decide what I wanted to put there. And I finally decided on the word smile. And so I'm starting with the letter I and just doing my best to center that, kind of eyeballing it. Looking at it now, I'm not sure I was completely in the center, but it all worked out in the end, so I was pleased. And I had to really think about doing this because due to the fact that I was putting it on the reverse side, I needed to make sure that I was writing this as the mirror image of itself. So I'm literally writing this on backwards. So if you're wondering as you're watching this what's happening, that's what's going on here. Okay, and now you can see. So heat gun again because I want it to dry really well before I start applying that white paint. And this is sped up quite a bit here just to be mindful of time. But I was being very careful because I wasn't sure if when I went back in with the white chalk paint, it was going to try to take up some of that blue. So I was just really gentle with it for that first coat, and then I went back in and added another coat, and it actually worked out quite just fine. So there you have it. We've got Smile. Let me know what you think in the comments. DIY number 3. So for this project, we're going to use a couple of wooden beads as well as a couple of pieces I picked up from the Goodwill for 99 cents a piece. I have no idea what these are. Maybe little floating candle doodads, I'm not sure. And then a couple of vases from the Dollar Tree, as well as, again, our Adirondack white paint and our Nantucket blue chalk paint as well. Seeing a theme here, but taking off all of the labels and just cleaning that up with my little baby wipes, and that just helps get off that residue and some of the extra labels that just did not want to come off of these glass products for whatever reason. So then I'm going to give everything 2 coats of the Adirondack white paint, just make sure that I've got them all nice and covered. And now I'm showing you the Gorilla Glue that I'm going to be using. It's similar to E6000. I'd forgotten that I needed to do this before I started painting these little tops. So I went back in with my baby wipe and then just a dry cloth to make sure it was clean so that I could apply the wooden beads. And so I went ahead and did this, and then you're going to see in a minute that I was like, ooh, I seem to remember something with those instructions, and I go back and take another look at it. But before I do that, I'm going to use the hot glue and just fill in those little holes so that when I paint over it, it doesn't have a divot in it. It just looks like it's a round surface. So right after I do this, I'm like, I think I need to check those instructions again. And I'm like, yep. So I was not supposed to put them on right away. It says to apply the glue to both surfaces and then let it sit for a couple of minutes before you put those 2 little surfaces together. So I pulled them off, just let everything sit for a couple of minutes. That's supposed to give you a really strong bond. So I put them back on, and then after it dried for about 10 minutes, I let it set. I went back and finished my paint job and then made sure everything was nicely covered. So then I took my little chippy brush from the Dollar Tree with my Nantucket blue, and I'm just going to do some dry brushing on these. And so I'm kind of, for the most part, going in an X type pattern. Some places got a little bit heavier paint than others. And as I was doing this, I was really pleased with the way that it was coming out. But I have to say, you guys, now that I've been living with them for a few days since recording this project, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm feeling them. My daughter seems to like them. I mean, they're super modern, right? And she actually said, they even look a little industrial, but I don't know if I'm feeling it. So we might be seeing these again. I might have to give them a new paint job, but let me know what you think. Do you like them as they are? Do you think they're cute like this? Or do you think that it's worth revisiting and giving it a new look? Leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think. And here is our final reveal for this week.
All right, so that's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I really appreciate your support. Please remember, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that little bell. So until the next time, be well, be kind, and make it a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.